haven't streamed like this in a long time. What is up, everybody? It's the Inhuman one here, and today we're going to be playing some Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, a pleasant, family-friendly book reading game. Just kidding. It is a terrible, horrifying game that has all kinds of sensitive content, so if you are frail of mind or composition or whatever, stay away. But you can subscribe and watch later. So yeah, this is probably getting demonetized, but it's okay because this is going to be fun and it's going to be worth it. We have a bunch of other games that I've also downloaded that I do want to feature as well. Later on, probably later this month, later in the summer, things like that. But Doki Doki Literature Club Plus is what we're featuring today. Before we go back and revisit, let's call it Act 2 of the Mandela Catalog, and also revisit the IT department video for Happy Meat Farm. So lately, if you've been following the streams, we have been experiencing tons of fun analog horrors and ARGs here live, where I'm actually experiencing them, reacting to them, and then trying to theorize live on what exactly is happening, trying to unravel the mystery. As these are progressing, I was waiting until they were finished, but I honestly think it's best to strike while the iron's hot and it's fresh in my mind. And what will happen is I'll be featuring content on my main channel that documents everything we've learned so far, that kind of stuff. That way we can kind of keep up with it all. But other than that, I'm just having a great time with those kinds of videos. We're gonna do story explain for each of the analog horrors we've watched so far, so it should be a really good time. Let's see, I hate when it asks me to sign into my own chat. That is bad. It's just so annoying. But anyways, I was trying to type some stuff, but once we get some more people in, we'll definitely be, I'll be throwing out some links and stuff that way you guys can check it out. But long story short, today is going to be focused on Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. I have never played this game, and actually I never even did any research on it until I got some comments saying, hey, just be careful, it's got some pretty sensitive content. So I was like, well, it's fine, I'll take the risk. So let's have some fun. It should be a very interesting experience. Apparently, it gets pretty dark pretty quick, so I'm looking forward to it. Actually, I love the anime art style and all that already. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. That is me. Yes. Metaverse Enterprise Solutions. Oh, that was ahead of its time. That's funny. Because this is a game, I think it was created probably, I'm going to say, 3 to 5 years ago. All characters in this game are over the age of 18. That's reassuring. Alright. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Lovely. Trying to turn it up. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Would you like to review detailed content warnings which contain spoilers? Alternatively, in-game content warnings can be enabled in the settings menu at any time. No. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region, and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. Wow, I feel like I'm getting into something dark here. I like it. But you see, it's all cutesy. That's not gonna last. I don't understand why the freaking remote isn't working. Balls! Yeah, whatever. The volume's gonna be what it is. Okay, that's weird. It's okay. I was just like, why can't I select a new game? The one that's grayed out is what we can pick. So we got new game, load game settings, and exit DDLC. Let's go to settings. I don't want to have those warnings. I just want to expose you guys to it immediately. Let me rip the band-aid off. No, it's good. Okay. New game. Let's do it. Please enter your name. Where's my text option? Inhuman. 1. Well, that's not a 1. Nope. Okay, that's me. Inhuman 1. Let's see what we got. Hey, I wonder, do I have to read this, or is there voice acting or whatever? That's reading. Okay, I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it kind of just works out because you've known each other for so long? Yeah. What is going on, Starl and Pleb? Hopefully you're having a great day. I have never played this game before, so if you have, please don't spoil it. But hopefully we can enjoy it together. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Starlin Pleb says, am I the only one watching? No, not anymore. Mr. Singularity has arrived. But you were for a second, if that makes you feel special. I think you're special. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. She's just making noises. Love it. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Oh, I need to change my voice. I need to be like a voice actor. Maybe, but only because I decided to wait up and wait. I'm not a good voice actor. She's, you say that like you're thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Inhuman one. Sorry. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. What's up, baby? How you doing? You should be working. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Nope. I'm a little sweetie pie. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. So innocent, so naive. Yeah, this is great. By the way, Inhuman one, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. That's totally my actual response. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. That's terrible. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Facts. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I died at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to it in the real world. I'm gonna have to look that acronym up. N-E-E-T, what the heck is that? You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. Thank you so much for subscribing, Mimi Murray. Mr. Singularity says, who needs to join a club when you got the bros? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. I want to keep our eyes on that one, huh? We're going to keep our eyes on Sayori. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Oh yeah. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. What is she, delirious? She's a bit obsessive. I'm literally gonna look out for her. She's interesting, to say the least. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me, if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Uh-oh. The aptly named literature club. The name of the game, the namesake of this very game. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyways? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Ooh, I'm down then. I'm down for some cupcakes. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I think she's cunning. Yeah, I think obviously it's planned, girl. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. It's so cute so far. Mr. Singularity says, I can't read. Neither can I. Reading is overrated. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Oh gosh. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Where's the food? Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Bribery, my favorite. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Girl number 1, welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. She loves me. Seriously, you brought a boy? That's what girl number 2 says. Way to kill the atmosphere. Inhuman one, what a nice surprise. Girl number 3. Welcome to the club. Blankly stares. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. This is funny. Odd choice of words. I sold my soul for a cupcake. Yeah, I think that was intentional, right? Definitely a weird way to say that, right? I agree with that, Mr. Singularity. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly to my ear, then turns back around toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Inhuman one. Monika smiles sweetly. A baker, you... We don't know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Yeah, we got a baker, a genius, and what I guess a fellow classmate. And then my neighbor. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika. Come sit down, Inhuman one. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monika. Ooh, do I have choices? Do I have I know who I'm gonna sit by. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Natsuki, you're kind of a jerk, dude. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Yes, please. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Yuri's so timid, like a cup full of tea. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Oh, okay, I don't have a choice. That's weird. I thought I was going to have an option. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Oh my gosh, there's a glare, right? So I literally thought it said fluffy cupcakes decorated to look a little like ass. And I was like, what? Man, I am blind. Okay, sorry. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Aw, so cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. That's why she was mean at first, and that's why she wanted to get the cupcakes, because she made them. Mr. Singletary says, tea time. Oh gosh, we're doing a British tea time. If we had, what are they called? Tea cakes. Maybe perhaps if we had tea cakes. If I saw those cupcakes, I would say, what the... I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my... Oh, I would have read that. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Yeah, she wants to be like, oh, is he going to like the cupcakes I made? I finally bite down. Ow. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? I made them for you or anything. Yeah, she's embarrassed. Blushing. She's blushing. I thought you technically did, so Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, you know, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. Yummy pixels. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. Man, I have like all the, what do they call it? All the kids say Riz. No biscuits with the tea. Not today. No, not today. We're getting cupcakes and tea, which, to be honest, that'd be pretty good still. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Haha, well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. The Portrait of Markov. So, I don't know. They all seem to have... There's going to be something dark about each of them. I can just guarantee it. They're going to have their own agendas, their own motivations, or something. And I'm super excited to see kind of how it pans out. Because it's got like this great anime... You know what it reminds me of? One of my favorite animes I've ever seen is Another. Just Another is the word. And it starts out kind of nice, you know, but it's very horror and drama type centered, and you know, during a classroom type setting, and it's fine, and then it gets dark really quick. I wonder kind of how we're gonna get thrown into that darkness, thrown into that scary side of things, you know, that creepy side of things. What's going on, Night of Blackfire? Yo, not gonna talk much as I'm just gonna listen to the stream and not actually watch it. You do you, Blackfire. Yeah, no doubt. No, I appreciate it. Stopping by is always a pleasure. You don't have to be totally active in chat. That's not doesn't matter at all, man. Just the fact that you stopping by means a lot, man. I appreciate it. I really do. And thanks again. I know you probably got stuff to do, so even just you stopping by just to kind of lend an ear is cool, because we can just figure it out even together, and maybe later we can talk about like exactly like whatever, if there's any theories or anything like that, or just how dark it got how quickly, you know. I'm excited to see that, but also kind of like, yikes, these girls seem really nice. They must have a dark side, must have some secrets to them, you know, so let's figure it out. Mr. Singularity says, they are all trying to get you to love them, but it makes it more a competition. Yeah, they all seem to kind of definitely be vying for attention, for sure. Oh, here you go. Monica says, and if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard to find these three. Yeah, I think they were carefully picked out, to be honest. And I honestly think Monica has something to do with it. She's popular, but she's doing a club that, you know, doesn't have a lot of popularity. She's selected out or handpicked several other girls. Sayori just seems to kind of be a victim of circumstance, but Yuri's very smart, and Natsuri, I don't remember, but she's also like one of the upperclassmen, I think. So interesting, but they've probably been selected for reasons, maybe something in their past, you know. Maybe that's why they're also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Nothing like a good book to learn about how to hide the evidence. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Inhuman one, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Not of Blackfire says, I don't know much about Doki Doki, but I know one thing. Only Monica. I know a lot of things. Mr. Singularity says that. You are a spatial phenomena, or, you know, so you should, or a spatial anomaly. You should definitely know. Sorry if that's a spoiler. No, not a spoiler. Monica also, to me, seems suspicious. Like, again, why would the most popular girl, right? Like, picture perfect. I think she was in sports. She's like, you know, she's very beautiful and, athletic, beautiful, and popular. So it's like trifecta, but then you're doing the, like, one of the, like, the kind of like, let's call it like a club that doesn't get a lot of attention, one that's really not going to help her, you know, and at least in terms of her high school career, you know, getting ready for college and stuff. So that's interesting. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Me too. I love those kinds of books. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Yuri, odd hobbies. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, really? I read a horror book once. I desperately grabbed something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Vita Corners, Mandela Catalog, Happy Meat Farms. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Yuri's similar to me, but instead of books, I'm with horror. Yeah, for sure. I love being able to... That's how I feel about like video games, books, even movies, if they're good enough. In certain TV shows, like... I like if they give, if the creator has essentially made it to where you can easily immerse yourself and get lost in there. That's amazing, because at that point, like, you really feel like you're part of it. You're invested emotionally and all that stuff too. So it's just really neat to be able to create that kind of environment. And it takes clever writing, and you have to really be able to understand the reader, your audience, and their emotions and stuff to be able to keep them interested and invested in your characters or the world or the state of the world of your characters. So it's just really interesting. But video games to me are like what I always have called interactive art. Like if you can get lost in the game, it's literally art that you can manipulate. And movies and stuff, you kind of just have to, if it's good, or books. I'd say books rely a bit more on your imagination. Reading the words is one thing, but being able to really delve into that world requires you to have a bit of imagination. And you can certainly get lost in those worlds. And then movies are pretty good because you have, like, as humans, we respond to sound and whatever, like music, sound effects, things like that can really help prime us up for certain emotions. So I think if you have a really good, director or creator behind the movie itself, and they understand, how to create a scene, then you're just in for a great experience. Night of Blackfire says, I love horror movies. They can never scare me, and my mind treats them as comedies instead. I don't love horror games, especially. First-person ones, my mind tricks itself into thinking I'm actually the character. Same, like, I will literally jump scare. Like, I get so immersed in the video games, things like that, that it's really scary, to me. Movies, at this point, I've seen so many that I can predict typically when there's going to be a jump scare, what kind of trope they're going to be using. I can predict, okay, well, it's this guy, this is the guy that's gonna live, this is the guy that killed everybody, that's the monster, or whatever, like, those things get so predictable after a certain point in time. And the funny thing is, not self-promotion at all, but self-promotion, but my third channel, Inhuman Universe, used to be just about sci-fi and horror, but I got so tired. I mean, I love the genre, at least that was one I'd grown up with my entire life, and, I just kind of got tired of it, because it's like, no matter what movie, it comes out, oh, it's a possession movie, it's about demons, oh, this is an alien movie, oh, this is whatever. Once it goes into that genre, creators now, or like people that have been making films now, there's a lot less innovation now. And people just say, oh, this worked in the past, let's try and recreate that. And there's not a lot of original thoughts. And for that reason, it's hard for me to get into horror movies and stuff now. That's why I changed from like sci-fi horror to anime focus primarily on that channel, because I was like, I would just get burnt out. But yeah, I feel you on that immersion stuff. Natsuki in here, cutesy mood. Yeah, Natsuki is totally like the super girly one. She likes to bake, she likes, little poems, things like that. Night of Blackfire says, only time I can handle horror games is when I watch someone play them. I play the game, then I replay it to collect evidence and yummy lore. Normally, my first playthrough, I'm watching every single cutscene, I'm doing all that, and then subsequent playthroughs, I'm going to try it like complete opposite play style if the game permits, and that way I'm just soaking in all the lore. Then I start doing my challenge runs, Sayori says, your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are, just echoing what Mr. Singularity just said. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders, reading. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write down your own poem? I'm sorry, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Silence. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone's even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Inhuman One? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, Inhuman One? You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. This is good. Alright. Mr. Singler says, Natsuki reminds me of Pitbull cute. And oh yeah, exactly. Cute until the fangs. Yeah. I guarantee she's got a mean side. Inhuman, the poems you write is your ticket to one character's personal lore and history. Ooh. Okay. So I do have choices. For a moment here, I thought this was like entirely they're going to be just cinematic or like, well, I don't really have a say. That's interesting. That's going to be a lot of fun. So we got to pick carefully then. I think I have an idea as well of, I bet the theme or the tone of the poem is going to resonate with someone in particular, one of the four members, and then that would possibly highlight, you know, one of their, their secrets. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Inhuman One, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hehe. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Inhuman One, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! Okay, so far it's been a very pleasant game, you know, nothing crazy yet. Perfect setting where it's all happy and friendly and whatever else, but I'm sure it's going to take a dark turn. Let's see. Knight of Blackfire says, soon there. I get tsundere vibes. So pick your theme wisely. Now they gave you the themes they like, so have fun. They sure did. Each of them expressed something that they like. Yuri likes horror and also like any kind of immersive fantasy type world. Obviously, Natsuki likes cutesy stuff. You know, the funny thing about Sayori is I probably know the least about her. And Monika's pretty well-rounded, you know? So I'm interested. We'll see. With that, the two of us depart wow, I can't read. I said, with that, the two of us depart the club room. Yes, I was like club room. Like that's weird. What is wrong with me? Club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Here we go. So pick your theme wisely. Now they give you themes. They gave you themes, so have fun and choose wisely. Okay, it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Oh gosh, this is gonna be bad because I honestly feel, because I know this game gets dark, I guarantee this is how you start branching off the different story pathways, and eventually, essentially by writing this poem, we are solidifying someone's fate in stone. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Oh, okay, I can pick. Well, let's decide. Who do we want to appeal to most? Personally, I like Yuri, or I don't know why Monica's not on there, but Sayori is pretty nice. But I don't know if she has anything to hide. Yuri is quiet and she's intelligent, but she also likes horror stuff, so that's definitely, kind of creepy. And then we got the little crazy one that she's really, well, she's likes cutesy stuff, but she's kind of feisty though too. I don't really like her because I don't like when girls act that way. I'd rather them be like Sayori, which is super nice and friendly and whatever, or like, I guess Shy, the mean one, kind of, that just, I don't know, pisses me off. It's like, just be nice. You don't have to, like in grade school, like, you know how whenever, you have a crush on somebody, like you're mean to them or they're mean to you, it's like, oh, I didn't know. Like, that's so weird to me. Like, to me, it's like, just be nice. It's okay. It's okay to be nice. So I don't necessarily want to appeal to Natsuki. I'd rather appeal to Yuri or Sayori. Sayori is going to be really sweet, but my character, who I'm playing right now, isn't really a big fan of Sayori. He's kind of like, ugh, I've already known her. I wouldn't really be friends with her if I had the choice, but we've been neighbors forever. So I think I'm going to go towards either Yuri or Monica. 3 girls, 3 themes. And don't go even Steven. Okay. Okay. Starscape, Philosophy, Despise. That's a good one. First time I played, I wanted to punt Natsuki. Yeah, she's pretty annoying. I'm sorry. I keep thinking. I think Starscape would be kind of, I don't know. I Despise is a little too dark. Like, Yuri likes horror. I don't know if she likes, like, harsh type things. Philosophy would also appeal to Yuri. Let's do Philosophy. Determination, Death, Massacre, Kitty, Summer, Fickle, Bunny, Valentine, Dark. I think Dark. I think Death is maybe a bit dark. I say dark as I'm selecting dark, but I think Death might be a little too extreme. I think either would appeal to her, and I think Massacre is just a bit much. Like, I'd probably do Dark or Death. So I did Starscape, Dark. Okay, we have Charm, Eternity, Analysis, Music, Inferno, Dance, Sugar, Embrace, Kermit, or Landscape. Eternity. Let's see. Be spooky and sad. No Monica, only Yuri for now. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm down with that. Yuri was one I would probably was prioritizing anyways. Write a Edgar Allan Poe poem. Dark. We have Melody, Awesome, Headphones, Twirl, Existence, Destiny, Silly, Hop, Climax, Grief. Grief all day. We have Incongruent, Hopeless, Pleasure, Lucky, Horror, Uncontrollable, Meager, Hurt, Anxiety, and Captive. I like horror. Defeat, Agonizing, Electricity, Crimson, Dazzle, Giggle, Sticky, Fluffy, Papa, Poof. I think either Agonizing or Crimson. Agonizing. Doki Doki. So I realized that Doki Doki is an onomatopoeia, I think is what it is in English. And that's like a sound, like if you say like bang or clap or even like whatever, like, or like pop, like sounds that are like words that are sounds, And Doki Doki is, I think, the sound of like in Japanese, like the heart, right? So I think that's what that means. I remember looking that up. I just wanted to know what it meant before I played. Doki Doki, romance, family, melancholy, childhood, peace, dream, explode, milk, or memories. Maybe dream. Like, so it's like, you know, it's really dark, there's a landscape or whatever, and it just ends up being, oh, it's agonizing, but it's just a dream. Nevermore. By the way, if you see someone jump, you picked their option. Nevermore. Sound words. Yeah, sound words. Onomatopoeia. If you see someone jump, oh, no way. That is so subtle, but like ingenious. That's really cool. Okay. So they're jumping randomly until you select the word. That's really neat. Okay. I think intellectual's looking good. Intellectual, together, sparkle, bliss, email, tears, ocean, whirlwind, broken, extraordinary. I like intellectual. I didn't even see that. I was over because I'm looking at chat and I'm, you know, over here looking at everything. That's a detail I completely missed. I'm not even sure what effulgent means. That's not a word I'm familiar with. Effulgent. I imagine that has to mean like I don't know. I would say like it makes me think of like snobby, but who knows. Effulgent, depression, cage, misery, disaster, parfait, fun, heart, forgive, or hair. I think misery is good. What? Sayori jumped at misery. That's not good. Kawaii, I think that means like cute or something. Unrequited, playground, sunset, graveyard, fester, clouds, games, essence, and sunny. I think graveyard. Yeah, effulgent. I don't know what that is. I know parfait is French, but that just means perfect. But it also probably means like the sweet you get, you know, like it's a dessert. But I don't know what effulgent is. Graveyard. I didn't see who jumped. I need to start paying more attention to that. Desire, prayer, portrait, marriage, shopping, spinning, vivacious, heartbeat, sweet imagination. Let's go with heartbeat. Oh no, that's a little crazy girl. After image, vertigo, daydream, laugh, vivid, lust, swimsuit. The Natsuki's gonna be lust, and then Yuji's gonna be like horror, and then Sayori's gonna be maybe like obsession or something. Swimsuit, rose, play, precious. Yikes. Maybe vertigo? I don't even. Yes. Okay. Amazing, adventure, boop, holiday, happiness, skipping, excitement, ambient, vibrant, or passion. Like ambience, you know, like a creepy ambience would be good. Yuri likes to be alone. Yeah, kawaii means cute, or at least it's associated with it. Okay. I thought so. Let's see. Adventure's kind of cool though too, but I'm just thinking happiness, holiday, amazing. Let's do ambient. I know my Yuri. Puppy, contamination, wonderful, ribbon, fireworks, secretive, entropy, unrestrained, kiss, or nibble. I think secretive. Empty, insight, jumpy, bouncy, oh gross, incapable, vitality, uncanny, aura, or raindrops. I like uncanny, man. Yeah. Pain, breathe, fireflies, marshmallow, wrath, nightgown, skirt, frightening, question, tragedy. Wrath is probably like Natsuki. I'm almost certain of it. Frightening would definitely be Yuri, I'd imagine, or tragedy. Let's do frightening. Nature, lipstick, scars, promise, disarray. Oh, I like that one already. Cheer, journey, chocolate, pink, or clumsy. I like disarray, like immediately. Unstable, vacation, friends, shame, cry, love, flee, pure, covet, cheeks. Remember the covet thing? That's going to be Sayori, I think. I think unstable would be good. Life, birth from entropy. Waterfall, peaceful, flying, lollipop, fantasy, shiny, rainbow, misfortune, beauty, or socks. Misfortune, I'm not sure why that's Sayori, but that's cool. Disown, fear, sing, variance, alone, party, special, calm, anime, or joy. I like either fear or alone. I did alone. Alright, so I don't know. I didn't realize the selection was based on who jumped. So we could have very well either tailored this poem towards Sayori or Yuri. So I guess we'll find out. I'm okay with either one. Personally, I think Sayori's great. Like outside of, but I think that my character in this is being depicted as like one that's like, oh, it's just Sayori, Okay, Monica says, "Hi again, Inhuman One. Glad to see you didn't run away on us." Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Inhuman One. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Inhuman One always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? Awkward. Mr. Singularity says, what they jump to is kind of a hint on their personality, no doubt. You did, Yuri. I counted. Nice. Okay. I saw Yuri jump quite a few times in Sayori. I didn't realize that that the jumping meant anything until you pointed out, so that was amazing. That's a really good hint. But yeah, Sayori is very troubled. I like her as a character too. I want to punt that. The stunty one, yeah. soon. What is that, Knight of Blackfire? I know you're kind of in and out, but Sunde. Is it Sundere or Sundere or Sundere? That's cool. Whatever it is, the word is nice looking. I just don't know what it means. I know you referenced it earlier too. Yuri says, you two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Inhuman One can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Well, wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Hey, I'm sorry. Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal. If you don't want me... I'm sorry. Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. So much self-doubt. Yeah, she's definitely, and she's also, I think that she might be a little more clever than she puts on. Like, I think she kind of maybe, like, quote unquote plays dumb. But I think she has a little bit more of a grasp than she lets on. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her feel uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you have 2 copies of the same book. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have had a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. You just said that. Oh man, that's crazy. Let's see. Knight of Blackfire's educated me. He says tsundere, a Japanese term for a character development process that depicts a character with an initially harsh personality who gradually reveals a warmer, friendlier side over time. You know, it reminds me of a few things, like Sunder, right? Or also it also reminds me of another term, because I'm fairly decent with languages. Like there's like a word that's similar that has to do with storm, right? So it's kind of like you have this tumultuous or like harsh personality, and then it warms up. It's kind of neat, kind of like how you have bad weather, and then guess what? When the clouds disappear, you got the sun, right, and warming you up. So it's very symbolic of that. That's really neat, because I wouldn't have deduced that from the word. I wasn't sure exactly what it was, but based on what you explained, it does have seeming like a tie to nature as well, which is really cool. Oh, there you go. The word is derived from the terms sun, which means morosely, aloofly, or off-puttingly, and dere, in a lovey-dovey or infatuated manner. Oh, tsundere. Yeah, that makes sense. Found in Japanese bishogo games, the word is now part of the otakumo phenomena. Reaching into other media, the term was made popular in the visual novel Kimi ga Nozumu Ain. Ain't I a stinker? Very Looney Tunes, yes. Yes, indeed. Portrait of Markov. This is going to be where things get dark, I think. This book here is going to be the gateway to some scurry stuff. Pretty much, I like you, but I'll treat you harshly till I can communicate that I actually like you. Indeed. Eyes. Yeah, I like that. Tsundere. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Okay, it's been ingrained in my memory now. Okay. I'm ready. Ready for the darkness. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. On a... what if that was like a black circle, red triangle reference? Oh my gosh. They're all tied together. An ominous looking eye. That's creepy. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. So the point is, she has not read the book. She's just an excellent reader, so she bought us 2 books, so she wants to read the same book as I, because she obviously has some sort of interest, and she wants to read it so that we can discuss it. She says, oh, I've read it before. She clearly has not read it. She has no clue what it's even about, but that's why she read the back to be like, what is this book about? It's the source of the phrase, it's not like I like you, baka. Okay. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. What the heck? And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Haha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Inhuman One? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. No, I didn't. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. It's the sort. Oh, I already read that comment. Sorry, guys. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... That's funny. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of resembles me of you a little. The main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does, like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment, but in Inhuman One, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Ugh, that's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine hand. Oh gosh! Sneeze, sorry. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Whew, that was a good sneeze. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Yuri, duh, it was like for her. We tailored it for Yuri. Oh no. Had a 30-second unskippable ad. What did I miss? You missed my... I sneezed so loud. I'm pretty sure that the sound amplification decibels went into like the red zone. So I'm sorry about that. You missed that. And then other than that, Yuri and I were reading together. But we were like sharing... We were reading the same book. So we were like really close. And then we finished up. And I referenced that she kind of... reminded me of someone, the main character of the book, and then she kind of got like a little defensive about it, or like insecure about it, and then I was like, no, it's a good thing, let's read together some more later and catch up to after chapter 2, and then Monica said, hey, it's time for us to read our poems and share our poems, so that's what we're doing now. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. Uh-oh, I'm nervous. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Haha. Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing here I recognize in new writers is they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read you a poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last, yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Cool. That's not bad. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. No, you don't. I just haven't looked at cursive in a long time. Or whatever it was. That wasn't, I don't know. It looked slightly, it was just loopy. What? Was it? I don't know. I didn't even register if it was cursive. I don't think it was. I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. It's because I can't read good, okay? The handwriting was really... It was too neat. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty. Yeah, I agree. It is nice. And that's very true. I don't read handwriting very often. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. No, not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Huh? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all in Inhuman 1. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. Diagon. I've never been able to read cursive. Now, I can read and write cursive, but I haven't, like, I write in, what do you call it? Print, whatever, regular print. So that's how I write. I write like a crazy doctor guy. That's how I normally write. And I haven't written cursive for many years. The only time I ever write in cursive is really when I'm signing something. You know? Because nowadays everything's electronic, so it's just so weird. But it's weird. I don't know. It's the world is changing. Okay. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you in Inhuman 1. Me too. Who should I show my poem to next? I like Sayori. Sayori would be fun. I think Sayori and then Monica and then Natsuki. I like Sayori actually. I am able to write with both hands and I can write cursive with... Oh, so you're ambidextrous. I can, I cannot write with both hands like neatly. It's very, takes a lot of effort for me to write with my left hand. I'm right-handed, so, but I am not ambidextrous. Sayori says, this is a good poem in Inhuman 1. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right, but that's what impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before in Inhuman 1. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Okay, her handwriting's neat. Let's see. Sayori is kind of sucking up. I know she's a little sweetheart though. But I know she's troubled, you know, like someone that nice and then that's also that kind of like dingy. A lot of times they're a lot smarter than they let on. It says, "Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast." She's funny. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It just sounds like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Heh. That was so much fun. Monika's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Cool. Alright, so let's sew Monika next. Seems you're the sunshine. Yeah, maybe yeah, I mean, I don't doubt that she is very interested and attracted to me. And the whole reason why is because that's like the whole, oh, we've been neighborhood friends, so we're just friends, but we don't realize we actually like each other kind of thing. We've seen that before. Monika says, "Hi, Inhuman One. Having a good time so far?" Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Haha. Don't worry, Inhuman One. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. Great job, Inhuman One. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading this. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Haha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when the readers are left to derive their own meaning of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Haha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Let's see. Mr. Singular says, always listening. Always listening, always listening. Always listening. Night of Blackfire, dense childhood friend who doesn't realize that friend is in love with him. And then the funny thing about it, the dense childhood friend usually has the hot neighbor. Like it's like a what do they call it? Like a hidden gem or ugly duckling, or it's like, well, yeah, I knew them when they were ugly, and now they're super hot, but I don't see them that way, and they're super hot, you know. Oh, I love those movies. That's a good trope. This is called Hole in the Wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retinas. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Okay. Interesting. I think it's kind of weird. I mean, I like that she ends up having that little twist at the end, like, oh, she's actually looking out, not in, kind of thing. That's cool. But it is a little weird, because it's like, I don't know if she's super smart, but like using, you know, all my retinas and all this and that. Like, that's kind of you'd usually say, oh, my eyes or something, you know. Like, she must be like smart and like trying to show she's smart or something. Hole in the wall. So, what do you think? I'll remember that. I can only imagine that hole in the wall is probably more literal than what we think. Mr. Singular says, who drilled a hole in Dax? So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. Oh my gosh. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Good stuff. Who drilled a hole in the wall again? Who should I show my poem to next? Natsuki, last, but certainly not least. Inhuman, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Why? What? Harsh. What, you expect me to believe you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to see it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Oh gosh. Here's Natsuki's crazy ass. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Good stuff. We've read all of them. Little stunty. Natsuki's looks like a child made it. Oh, I know. It looks like a child. Yeah, it does. Like it's just like it's like whenever you first learn how to write and you're like dogs bark, cats meow, like that. Exactly. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Inhuman one did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. An Inhuman one liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Inhuman appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh, and how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go to my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh, oh, nice. Sayori comes in and says, is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Inhuman one started showing up. Natsuki, this doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Inhuman one, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Inhuman one. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Inhuman One? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. I like Yuri. Yuri's better. I don't really like the childish style. Latinho Vib, hello. How you doing? Playing some Doki Doki Literature Club Plus on the Xbox One. This is my first time playing it. Absolutely loving the style so far. The narrative style, it's a lot of fun. Typical tsundere, no doubt. Not a black person says yo to Mr. Vib, Mr. or Mrs. Vib, whatever that is. Mr. Singularity says the drama. Oh man, it's making me like actually like secondhand embarrassment, like for real, because I'm like, oh god, I'm like right there, you know. And it's an awkward conversation as it is. Okay. Latinho, what's going on? Hope you're having a great day today. Ooh, I mean, personally, I think that is why you have complex words, and that's why it is important to have a good vocabulary, is you can communicate your message effectively. Simple words are great, but it depends on your audience, you know? Like, there's going to be a certain point when you want to seek a higher understanding or a better understanding of something, and that might require more detail, and there's certain words that really capture that, whereas simple words, you know, they may not be able to truly express that, you know? You can get the message across clearly, but maybe not to the same effect, you know? My nationality is Brazilian. Oh, what's up, man? Awesome. That's good stuff. Well, hello from, I'm in the States right now, but I am actually a Mexican. So I speak Spanish. I'm assuming you speak Portuguese. Funny thing is, we did a lot of really cool, in my professional career, before I just did YouTube full time. You know, the funny thing is I had to speak with a lot of Spanish-speaking customers, and sometimes we'd have individuals that would speak Portuguese, and we would be able to communicate somewhat. But it was neat because, you know, some of the words were so different, but we could still understand each other, and it was fun to kind of you know, stumble through that. You know, the best way to think about it in my head is it reminds me a lot of a mixture of like Spanish and French, because it's such a nice sounding language, and the numbers remind me a lot of French in particular. So I remember like having to talk about a lot of different things, like finance related stuff, and it was pretty tough because, you know, we didn't speak each other's language, but we'd be able to still understand like the general. It was kind of neat. Sayori, no, I I love Yuri though. Sayori's cool. I personally really like Sayori outside of my character in the game. I really do like Sayori a lot, but I wanted to kind of appeal to Yuri in this one because my character in this game seems to be more like, Sayori's my neighbor or whatever. She's cool, but I wouldn't really be friends with her if she didn't live right next to me. I think she would be pretty cool though, and to be honest, like she seems like a really nice person. Yuri's the big brain. I become a toaster. And I'm German for obvious reasons. Yes, Mr. Singularity. I call him that because I would be a mouthful to say the Singularität nachher sich every time I reference him. Okay. That's too funny. Okay, Yuri. We're going Yuri, okay? Team Yuri on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yuri. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait, that's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri, you're seriously a talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenched her fists. In the end, nobody's taken her side. She's trapped, at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm gonna do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. No, I mean, I think that the way I explained it was it'd be pretty much how I would explain it real. I'm like, dude, like, you can have different styles, but you don't need to attack each other because of that. And then I would have said pretty much what I explained here when I was calming him down. But yeah, they should have just hugged it out, man. And then no squash the beef. Everybody would have been happy. But unfortunately, it did not turn out that way. Yuri revelation. I'm an American from the boot of the States. Yuri revelation, KKK. What do you mean by that? Oh, no. I think you're just saying, like, okay. Not like what we think that means. On her way out, she crumples up the poem and with her hands and throws... Oh, no. That's sad. See, I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, you know? That's what I was trying to avoid. Because I don't think that, what's her name, Natsuki's bad. It's just her approach. I just don't like the way she handles things. Like, she does try and put on an air of like, oh, I'm kind of mean and unapproachable, but I guarantee she's got a warm heart. And that's why she got so hurt when she saw someone that had a different opinion, you know, and then saying like, what you're doing isn't valid, you know, trying to oversimplify it. Like, she took that personally. It's because she does wear her heart on her sleeve. So I didn't mean for her to destroy her work. I mean, I thought it was okay. Yeah, yeah, that stands for something that I will not say on this stream. But no worries, I understand what you meant. You just be like, okay, like that. I get it. Natsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Sigh. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri, how could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Inhuman One, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, huh? What thing did Natsuki say? I know what she's talking about. No. Well, never mind that. I'm gonna make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. I want some tea. Ooh, I would love some tea. Like, tea with, like, some lemon and some honey would be so good right now. Oh, stretch. Sitting in this chair. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? Well, I think it was great until Natsuki and Yuri went for each other's throats. The cupcakes define Natsuki in a nutshell. It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. And Human One, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. More poems, huh? And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. And Human One, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Hehe, Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. See? I desire to consume fluid. I do too. Must hydrate. I need to grab something. I will in a minute though. It's been a while. My internet's down. No! My internet was acting so weird before the stream. I'm so glad that it didn't like die out on me. Because I was actually trying to post some videos on my YouTube channels, and I was posting shorts, and I just could not like actually post it. It usually takes seconds, and every time I try and like say okay next, it wouldn't go to the next screen, and then it was saying like error message, and it was like spinning endlessly, and I was like, it's a 60-second video, bro. Upload. Alright, here goes. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Inhuman One, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone's nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Rest in pieces, Internet. I suggest doing tomorrow in-game if you want to. Wait, what? I suggest doing tomorrow in-game if you want to. Oh, like streaming again tomorrow? It depends on what I have a few things scheduled that I'd like to get out because on my main channel, I would like to actually get those out. Matter of fact, while I'm here... Okay, let me make sure. Good. I was making sure everything was running smoothly. But yeah, possibly. I might be able to do that. I know I'm going to stream like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, certainly. There's no doubt about it. But I don't think that I don't think I'll be able to stream tomorrow because Tuesday is the day that I schedule my videos for my main channel, and I really have some important things to get out on that channel. And if I stream, I will remove the time I have to finish packing and all that after. Like I only have a few hours, like a small window of time. And right now, like right to the right of me, right here, there are so many boxes, like because we've packed this weekend, and we got to finish that up. So every day I got to finish packing up the rest of the, like each, rest of the room. So I don't know if I'll be able to stream all week, but I will stream 3 days this week, as always. Confusion. Another poem mash. Not intended. Monka. Alright, let's see. I'm still going for Yuri, guys. Like, I'm very consistent, okay, with my love interests here. Sparkle, kitty, sweet, excitement, melancholy, embrace, rain cloud, calm, family, and childhood. I think melancholy. Yeah. Anime, candy, question, memories, incongruent, unrequited, lucky, dream, fluffy, uncontrollable. I kind of like memories, but that I know would be for her. Lazy, skirt, lust, judgment, color, shame, tenacious, wrath, treasure, flower. Shame would be, oh, whoa, really? Whoa, that's interesting. That gives you some insight. Milk, destiny, awesome, spinning. So shame actually activated Sayori. Aura, headphones, covet, whirlwind, starscape, broken. Broken. Oh, no way. I'm going to pick Sayori on accident. Ocean, unrestrained, disarray, flee, fickle, raindrops, passion, agonizing. Okay, good gosh. We're getting real close. Had another ad. I seen we're doing another poem. That's right. We're doing another poem. Big things. Do what you must then. I'll definitely try. I'm just going to see because I wrote my scripts already is my thing. So like this weekend, even after I was able to just I just got inspired to write some scripts. So like I wrote the scripts for the videos that I need to post. The one that I need to do tomorrow is very short, and I finished I did the intro and the first few paragraphs already. So if I can finish that script tonight, the footage is very easy because I'm gonna have to chop up some existing footage I've used because I don't have my Nintendo Switch. It's already packed, so I can't obtain footage for this video. It's for Blasphemous, the game Blasphemous. So I do a lot of lore on that, and that's one of the biggest. Or one of the biggest games that people look to come to my channel for Blasphemous lore. So I do have a theory that I'd like to propose in a video tomorrow, and I've already started the script at least, and the footage is already existing that I have to use. So it would be possible for me to do it. I do want to get through this. To be honest, I want to get through this game pretty quickly because I want to revisit the Mandela Catalog Act 2, and then I also need to revisit the Happy Meat Farms IT department video. So we got a lot to cover. Also, most importantly of all, is Monday is my birthday. So we're going to have a fun birthday kind of stream there too. But I'm trying to figure out how to make that special. It might just be like a series of games I just want to play or something. I mean, these are games I want to play, but you know, like something like some of my favorite games of all time kind of thing. I'm not sure, but Monday's going to be my birthday, so if you guys want to join, that'd be awesome. Blasphemous is a great game. It's one of my favorite. Brasileiro. It's a meme. It's a Brazilian meme. a banana tree. I'm assuming it says, Edis, you are a banana tree. That's a Brazilian meme. I love memes. Memes are universal. I love it. Okay, peace, tears, peaceful, insight, portrait, vertigo. We know vertigo is our girl. Contamination seems a bit much, but maybe misfortune? Oh, damn it. I'm going to pick Sayori on accident. Hurt. Pain. Eternity. Eternity. Horror. Is it? I don't know. I'm so scared I'm going to keep picking Sayori words. Vivid or defeat. Unending. Dark. Duh, balls! I keep picking the wrong one. Okay. Depression. Shoot! Now I'm nervous because now I know when they jump that's who you picked. Philosophy. Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking scared now. Disown? That doesn't make sense. Pleasure? I'm trying to think of what of these words would be good for Yuri. Nope. Damn. Fear. Ball! It's gonna be Sayori, guys. Like, seriously, I'm not even trying. I am desperately trying to not pick Sayori. Together, friends, jumpy clouds, happiness, giggle, rose. Oh, come on. Empty, maybe? Nope. I am so picking what's-her-face at this point. Graveyard, thank you. I might have very well picked the wrong chick. Oh, God. And Misery? How is Misery Sayori? That's so messed up. I messed up. I tried so hard. I don't understand Portuguese really, but I know Spanish, remember? So I know a little bit of French and I know Spanish. So I do understand a bit. It's harder, for me, it's harder to read Portuguese than to hear it. If I hear it, it's a little bit easier to understand. But reading it, I start mixing up words. Oh, I'm so mad at myself. Did I really pick Sayori? Freak. That's okay. Damn it. So I need you guys to help me then. Do I share my poem with Sayori first and then Yuri? Does that matter? Should I show my poem to Sayori first? Yes or no in the chat, please, if you guys think I should. Another day passes and I can't believe it. Another day, and it's time for the club meeting already. You know, I wonder if the list of words slightly changes so that you are kind of forced to pick somebody different. I don't think so. I think if I had a better understanding of, damn it. And what did I tell you about being even, Steven? You said that it's evil. You said not to. Dang it. Because here's the thing. I honestly believe that if I'm focused on one, that's what matters most. We know that we've appealed to Sayori most in this second poem, which kind of sucks. So we're going to probably get the best response from her. I really was trying to go for Yuri on this one. And, you know, the funny thing is I didn't realize that little indicator when they jump, when I was oblivious to that, I felt like it was so much easier to pick than I don't know why that messed me up. It was a weird, like, reverse psychology thing there. But It doesn't matter about the order? You sure? I'm going to show Yuri first because that's my girl. And I'm going to try and get back in her good graces. But if the order doesn't matter, the responses will change based on the previous selection. But I don't think the order would matter either, really. But who knows? Because they could... Well, at the end is when they started fighting. So yeah, I think we'll be alright. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Inhuman One. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Hehe. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Ooh, that's kind of mean. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Oh, she wants me to buy the snack. Haha. Why, that all of a sudden, no reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How'd you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so, that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Haha. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. So she's always eavesdropping. Always listening. Just like Mr. Singularity said. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Inhuman One to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That, still coming from you, Sayori, I guess that's a little devil inside. There's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Uh-oh. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. See, I told you she's very manipulative, very cunning. Big brain Yuri. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes, so I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Pwap! Kya! Ow. What was, a cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Natsuki threw it at her. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution? Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though, haha. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hand over her mouth. I bit my tongue. Hehe. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Hehe. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori... Natsuki glances around. Monika isn't in the club room. Ugh. Where's Monika anyway? Cookies. Yuri likes to fidget with her hands. Yeah, she seems like she always fidgets. She has her hands behind her back to probably prevent her from doing that. She's interesting for sure. Consume the solid matter. You got to make sure you use that flavor enhancer though. 60 degrees Celsius, baby. Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... Haha, I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. Yeah, that's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I mustn't have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't where you played music as well, Monica. Oh, I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay. That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Inhuman One. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Haha, don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share it once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Nah, not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie, and Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. I am so disappointed in myself that I made a poem tailored towards Sayori. I really wanted to go like 100% Yuri. I hate cookies for breakfast. Dude, I will eat anything for breakfast. Anything, I don't care if it's sweet or anything. I love eating breakfast, but I don't eat it often. So a lot of times I end up eating like lunch is my first meal, and then like I'll have like breakfast food for lunch. So, or you know, it's just funny. Or I have like breakfast food for dinner. Love that. That is the best. Monica, doubt it. She doesn't seem to be 100% truthful. Yum yum flavor enhancer bread slice. Natsuki, get out of the club. What you doing in there? I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. No! No! So that either means that she's already finished it, or that she's no longer, like, as interested. Dang it. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No, I was kind of just waiting for you. Oh, if that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. And there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better. It's a nice cup of tea. And that is also very interesting. That's like a recurring thing with her. I don't know how dark this gets, but is she lacing the tea with something? I don't know. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Yuri's gonna make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? Monica, please mind your own business for once. Whoa, Yuri's getting a little backbone. Yuri is very British. Her and her tea. I am 100% on Team Yuri. I like Yuri, okay? I know she's probably got a dark side, but I like her. I like Yuri and I like Monika's cool, but I would say my favorites are Yuri and Sayori. Oh no. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping? Wait. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Inhuman One and club activities? My mouth games. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Inhuman One. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. You go, Yuri. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. Uh-oh. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri, I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monika to judge people like that. Inhuman One, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? 'Cause you're the one? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. Now, wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Inhuman One, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah, shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Uh-oh. No spoiler, no spoiler. I'm sure they're all evil in their own special ways. No spoilers, please. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Inhuman One, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything's fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Uh-huh. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Inhuman One. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I'll watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Inhuman One, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes. I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. Let's catch up on chat. More than friends, wink wink. That'll leave a nasty burn. I really hope that 200 degree tea is going to stay away from us. I don't want Yuri getting burned. Sayori. What is Sayori? Where is Sayori? Or where? Sayori is our neighbor. I don't know where she's at. She's probably just hanging out, eating cookies or something. You know, she's goofy. Floor story time. This brings back memories. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit together against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Oh, that's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? You sure? Of course. So Yodi, that little goober. She's like, I need a freaking chiropractor, man. Sitting in this chair and streaming for like hours at a time is like murder on your back. It's the worst. Demon Slayer. I absolutely love Demon Slayer. Matter of fact, I keep mentioning this, and I will continue to mention this because you can't be shy about this. On Inhuman Universe, my third YouTube channel, I do a lot of Demon Slayer type videos and theories and stuff, so I'm a huge fan of it. My wife actually got me into Demon Slayer, and I have loved every single episode so far. I will certainly check out the manga after finishing the anime, but I want to do one first. I don't want to skip ahead since I started off with the anime, but Demon Slayer is so good. So good. Chocolate gives off a chemical. It does. Nice little endorphins. Ironic. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. And then I take another chocolate. And I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Inhuman one, sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that. Oh, that's well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. Then you don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that she can't even focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. And Human one, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Oh gosh, awkward, awkward. Oh, I love Danganronpa. I have only watched... I haven't read it, the manga or anything, but I have watched one of the seasons. I think it was the very first one. Ooh, I don't know. It could have been Danganronpa 2 or 1. But it was good. It was English dub. So I think it was like on Hulu or something. And it might have been 2. But it was the same voice of... Oh, I mean, all the Funimation guys kind of... The same voice actors kind of get shuffled around. But... oh man, I don't remember if it was Danganronpa 1 or 2. But it was very good. Very good. And I couldn't quite figure it out. It was something that normally I figure out, but they completely tricked me. I did not expect what I saw at the end. It was great. I did know about One Piece, like meaning like everything outside of the school, but I figured that out. But I did not figure out who was doing all the puppeteering, you know? That's a great show, by the way. Ding dong, poem time. Yeah, totally killed the vibe there. My favorite person is Shuichi. Shuichi Sahara. Ooh, I don't... Is Shuichi... Dang, I don't remember. Is Shuichi the one... Is the girl with... her dad's the principal? Is that who... I don't even know if that's the right season. But when I saw Danganronpa, it had like a bunch of great characters. Oh, you have a cosplay of that too? Cool, nice. You do cos... Who's Shuichi? I have to know now. Pause for a second. Shuichi Sahara. Oh, cool. No, I haven't seen that season then. That's a dude with dark hair. I'm trying to remember... Danganronpa. Which one did I see? I saw this one. I'm trying to see. It's... Yeah, the one with the pink... It's the guy that voices Kirito. Danganronpa, the animation, is what I saw. And it was just with the bro. It has a pink background. And he's like, no. Because they have that court session all the time. Yeah, that's the one I've seen. Danganronpa, the animation. And it's like only one season. And the other seasons are like spread apart. It's like a huge gap in between what happens next. So I didn't want to ruin that. Shuichi is from season 3. Okay. Nice. So you do cosplay? That's pretty cool. I guess it doesn't matter, but I do want to show Yuri first because Yuri is literally, we just had a moment there. I'll see how awkward this is. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Inhuman one, this one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Yes, yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try and give it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that, because she probably didn't have any friends. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Okay, this is called The Raccoon by Yuri. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. That raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. That raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Okay, so a few things here. Is she comparing me to that raccoon? One, I feel like she's actually incredibly, well poised and stuff, and just portrays this uncertain character. But we know, we have the tea thing. She's talking about knives. There's a lot going on here, you know? Kind of freaks me out a little bit. She's talking about the rush of blood. I mean, all this stuff. And then she's also talking about classic Pavlovian conditioning. You know, she's like conditioning, meaning like it's behavior that's being rewarded, right? So it's like, hey, you did good, you get a treat, right? Is that what she thinks she's doing with us? But as she opens up, like we're hungry for more and more, and now we're that raccoon that's taken a liking to her. Is that what's really happening? Is that how she's perceiving this entire situation? Because really she's maybe dark and manipulative? Or am I just reading too much into this? Kind of creepy. 200-degree tea, man. My favorite execution is with Kaede Akamatsu, Ultimate Pianist, and Ultimate Shuichi. Oh, see, I haven't seen that one yet, but the executions were fantastic, and how they were drawn differently in Danganronpa, the animation, the one I saw, it was really cool. I loved the style. They completely changed the art style for those scenes as well, and it was dark, it was creepy, and the fact that they were like, you know, it like made you feel funny about it, because like everyone was, you know, you had like the cheering and whatever, but the actual people there were terrified. They didn't want to see it, how gruesome it was, but it was just really dark, and it made you feel like gross. 200-degree tea, blood and knives, it goes hand in hand. Blood and Wine, baby. Witcher 3 DLC. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem's about. I know what it's about. I'm the raccoon. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that in Human 1? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you in Human 1. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so uncomfortable. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now, I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's nothing really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's do Sayori. Hobby of knife collection. Yeah, hopefully she doesn't have a knife collection. I feel like she'd be pretty good at knives. Weird people are chill people. Me projecting my chill vibes. I think I'm strange in my own way. Oh my goodness. This is so good in Human 1. I love it. Especially after yesterday's poem. Ugh. You're too honest sometimes, Sayori. No, but really, I want to put this on my wall. Can I? Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what it's like either. Or what I like either. Haha. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you didn't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of people, you know. So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's an Inhuman 1 poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt. Oh, I'm sorry. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Yeah? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah, I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Inhuman One. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Alright. Hi, Sayori. Bagels. Like bagels and pizza bagels. I don't know, Sayori jumped at the most depressing topics. Sayori is quite dark. I didn't realize that what she projects versus what she actually feels inside are so vastly different. I think that's what makes her so interesting and why I'd like to know more about her. She'd be the second in line of who I'm interested in, and for the love interest whole piece of it. But she's just very dynamic in that way. Like, there's definitely some stuff going on that's behind the scenes that we need to understand more, because she's definitely eager to please, and she's like, oh yeah, no, it's like super selfless, but in the end I know there's something else. So that's interesting. I hope that we can pick the right words next time and go for a more Yuri type poem, if that's the way the game's going to continue playing out. If we keep doing more poems, I would like to continue focusing more on Yuri. I wanted to do like 100% that whole, I don't know how many endings there are or anything like that, but I would like to go that route. There's probably up to 4 endings, I'm sure. Well, it's probably 5 endings. There's one, well, I'd say 4. One for each of the lovers, so Natsuki, Yuri, Sayori, and then a neutral where like you're even Steven. So that's probably 4 endings there to be likely. Bagels and pizza, happy, happy, happy. Sayori is quite the lot. Yeah, I feel like she's manipulative in the way she does that. Like, she obviously was smart enough to control make me join the literature club and have Natsuki make the cookies. So she's very manipulative and she's smart in that way, and she plays dumb. I know that already. I can tell that she always tries to get what she wants in a very like, oh, I can't believe how lucky. I can't believe what a crazy great coincidence this happened. But it's got to be coming from something. I feel like she's obsessive. I feel like if there's a dark part to it, she might be like obsessive, and that's gonna be where where things get creepy. All right, let's see. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts and bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Whoa, man, that is creepy. Wow, okay. Clearly shows she's a people pleaser, you know? And she's very selfless in that way, but she also has desires of her own, and she's not able to balance that out healthily, it looks like. Alternate watch. Videojuego de horror. You know, that is a game that I played, and I did feature some compilations on it just for fun. So there's like compilations of all the intruder events. I have not finished my reaction to the Mandela catalog, so I don't have any, like, I don't know too much more than what's happening after the first act. So we're going to be jumping into Act 2 of the Mandela catalog very soon, probably after we finish this, and then we'll be also revisiting Happy Meat Farm so we can finish the final video they've released. Holy crap. Sergey, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Oh, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Cider's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it, no more than a week later. Now remember, I just talked about her obsessive qualities. I feel like she's obsessed with us. And maybe she's had other things that she's been obsessed with, as in people or whatever. And those little bottles she's talking about, maybe what if she keeps mementos of people that she's been obsessed with, you know? Kinda creepy. That game is kinda short. It's incredibly short, but it takes forever to actually see intruder events. Sometimes you can play for hours without, like, you can toggle through all the rooms and you don't get any. So it took a while, and it was so many downtime or periods of downtime in between, at least in the version that I played, that I wanted more jump scares. I wanted more activity, so I had to splice together what I did capture, and that was my way to be able to be like, okay, yeah, it's pretty fun. But yeah, in between there's a lot of lulls. Alice and Human sacrifice. You know, she jumps to the word death ironically. I mean, she says, I'm gonna write until I die. It's like, whoa, easy, because that might be sooner than you think. I wonder if this is one of those times, but seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Who should I show my poem to next? Monica. Natsuki, you're always gonna be last. Sorry. Hi again, Inhuman One. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright, this one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but how have you been finding inspiration in Yudi's writing style? Oh, my mistake. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yudi's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much more personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what's going on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't just keep to... Oh gosh. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. Huh? You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispered that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but, well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one's turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Drama. Throwing shade at Yuri. Knives and blood. How romantic. Ironic Monica is just a third wheel. I like Monica. I think she'd be cool, but I want to pursue Yuri because like she's the most interesting to me. Yuri would be cool, and then Sayori, and then Monica, and then Natsuki. Okay, take care, Latino. Hope you had a great time stopping by. If you want to watch more stuff like this, I'll be live, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 a.m. my time. So if you want, man, drop a subscribe. That way you can and put on notifications. That way you don't miss out on any of the other streams. Thank you so much for stopping by again. It was a pleasure having you. All right. This is Monica's poem. It says, "Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me." Interesting. It's like she's tired or something, like everything's annoying or doesn't sound right. It's like it's something tearing away at you, kind of, Interesting. I like that. It's dark. It's more dark than the other one, really. Both of hers were kind of interesting, though. The one with the hole, and then now we have the one with like the noise and the vivid colors and all that. I think it's interesting. Easy cheesy hamburger pleasy. How's it going, Mr. Burger Man? It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Haha. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Haha. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? That's fourth wall breaking. What am I even talking about? Haha. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. We definitely need to save. You know that I didn't realize? How do I even do that? I have no clue how to even save. Let's go to Natsuki first, and then after Natsuki, there's like history, skip, auto, save, load, and settings. I have no clue how to even get to those. Oh, I just pressed start. Okay. Balls. 1244, so it does autosave. This is how you're going to be able to see all the stuff then. I get it. This is how I would have been able to like protect myself from like each time before the poems, create a save slot. That way I have different outcomes. Damn it. That's fine. Should have known. Hamburglar. Monica made kind of a Yuri poem. She did. That was very Yuri. Mr. Singularity says. Mimic smile. With all this talk about writing techniques reminds me of cooking companions. Cooking companions. Is that one of these type of games? Is like where it's seemingly innocent, but it's actually got some horror elements? Because I would love that. I can't wait to play Simulacra again on screen. I've never played it on stream before. In the poem screen, you can save there. And okay, good. I didn't even realize. I have been this entire time blind to that bottom line that says history, skip, auto, save, load, and settings. So there's only 6 save slots, so even so I don't think I'd have all the pivotal points saved down to have the different endings, so it's fine. Natsuki, time to read the poem. Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort. That's good. But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki stopped short all of a sudden. Don't tell me. Yeah? You're not trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? And keep your voice down. You know, Yuri would love this kind of thing, this angsty. Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve, though what I did is beyond me. I'm so done with you. Natsuki shoves the poem I handed back over to me. Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. That's right. She is the bottom of the barrel. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica, yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Heh. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we all are in the club anyway. Don't you want to share that with the others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. Haha, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Uh-oh, another death reference. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. Let's take a look at chat. Yeah. Oh, cool. So Cooking Companions is just like this. I would like to check it out then. Cooking Companions is similar, but it said hold my knife. I think it's shorter than Doki Doki. Also, add. Not with the DLC. Snack time, yay! Its subject matter is crap. I can't remember how it's spelled, but it's eating people. Cannibalism. Cooking Companions is about cannibalism. Is that a spoiler? I'm glad to be as loud as I want. America, yeah! Democracy. Indeed. America, as they say. This is a lot I like this. This is a lot of fun. These kinds of games, I think they take a lot of time and a lot of thought, you know? And so this is really enjoyable. I would like to research Cooking Companions too and see what that's all about. Let's see what Monica's poem's about. It is 1:37, so I'll probably be ending right around 2 because I want to eat. I'm hungry. And I gotta, you know, be a dad, pick up kids and stuff like that. And then I gotta pack some more boxes. I have like a wall of boxes right to my right. And I need to pack more and get every single thing packed away except my desk, so like my working station, until Friday night. So Friday night after my stream, I'm gonna pack all this stuff up. And that way Saturday we can move. And then hopefully Monday I see you guys, and that'll be my birthday. So we'll do like a little birthday stream or something. It's a spoiler, yeah. I probably shouldn't have said that. Oh no. That's okay. That's okay. I forgive you. You've helped me so much for Mandela Catalog and also Vita Carnis. I'm not even gonna stunt that. It might be something I would have picked up on. It's okay. I would still like to play it. Too late now, but there's more interesting stuff in it besides that. Responsibility. Yeah, I would certainly check it out. There's a fun game that I got on my Switch, and it's about cooking. It's not like a story-based game, I don't think. I only played it for like 8 minutes, but it was pretty cool. And it was like you'd go and fight creatures, and then you use their ingredients, and you can cook. And it's like, you know, you fight a zombie, and it's a zombie thing, or you use that in a stew or something. I gotta remember what that game's called, but it was pretty enjoyable. I did like that. Okay, Monica, what's your poem, girl? The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before? Or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, that's probably Sayori's turn now. Night of Blackfire says, I think it's on Steam, and the creator has a YouTube channel. They actually usually comment on videos about cooking companions. That's awesome. I would like to research it and see if it's something that fits my style of game and gameplay. Like, you know, this theme, I'm sure it's perfect. And that could be something we add to the list. There's so many games I got going on right now and all the ARGs we've experienced together that I gotta get videos out on those on the main channel. So I have scripts that I've been writing for the past few days, and so like they're backlogged. Of course, I'm gonna have like several written scripts I need to get footage on. Getting the footage is the hardest part, because personally I don't want to necessarily reuse the footage that I have on the stream. I'm just really funny about that for some reason. I don't like that footage. I don't want to be in those videos. On my main channel, I like to just be a voice narrating and the content speaks for itself. On this, I'm interacting with it, so I'm kind of like helping, you know, drag. It's about, you know, how are we reacting to it? How are we figuring out together, kind of thing. But that channel's a little different, so I have to capture a lot of that footage again, which is very time consuming. Then I have to edit it. So I'm trying to write. The Happy Meat Farm script is halfway done. The Mandela catalog script is just starting, and the Vita Carna script is about halfway done as well. So once I finish those, I'm hoping the week after I move, so the week of my birthday, May 8th and onward, we're going to see content for the ARGs, and then any games that I've been able to play in the meantime. I was able to purchase the Steam docking station for the Steam Deck, so I'm gonna see how that works. I didn't think about it, but they don't have detachable controllers, so I'm gonna have to like find a way to sync up a controller or the mouse and keyboard on my laptop to the Steam Deck, so that when it's docked, I can still play it, and so you guys can see the game. Because I didn't realize, like, I can't play the game if it's like in a Nintendo Switch. You take off the controller and you dock the station, and then you can actually play it from afar. Well, if it's docked, I can't play a Steam Deck because the controllers are attached. So there must be a way to sync up, maybe wirelessly, an Xbox controller, or maybe even a mouse and a keyboard or something, so that I can have the ability to do that. Otherwise, it's gonna be rough. But there should be a way. I mean, the docking station is designed for a reason, right? So it's got to be compatible with a number of different devices. But I was able to get it, so I'm super excited about that. Let's see. So yeah, cooking companions sounds really fun. By the way, Inhuman one, did you see Kevin in my Discord? I did not. Who's Kevin, by the way? I am terrible at Discords. I don't even look at my own, and I have so many little things to manage. Like, that's really low priority on my list for Discord because it's so foreign to me, you know. I don't even look at mine, but I will check it out. Who's Kevin? Anime protagonist energy. Eyes. Yuri and the eyes. The channel is Dear Dream Studios, and their channel profile picture is cabbage with a happy face. Can't wait. Nice. The dock should have USB ports for mouse and key. Oh, perfect. That's good. Okay, so I just need to find. I'm sure I have an old keyboard somewhere. I have a mouse. You guys are gonna laugh at me, but this is my wife's mouse, leopard skin mouse. I use this one, cause that's. I mean, I don't care about the fancy stuff. I just care about stuff that works. So yeah, I got the docking station. Super excited about that. That means we'll be able to play Amanda the Adventurer, Mr. Tomato S. I can play it anyways, and I can just show up my screen on my computer, cause that's a really low, like, low priority. No, I mean, not low priority. It just doesn't take a lot of CPU usage to play that game. But anyways, I digress. We're gonna read the poem and whatever, but I just wanted to let you guys know, yeah, a few things coming up. You're gonna see a lot of the ARG analog horrors on the main channel, like full videos on those, and then a bunch of different like Steam games, the horror indie game genre, a bunch of those that I couldn't really play because I hate using my laptop for playing games while streaming because it's a lot of stress on the laptop. But I'll be able to do it on the Steam Deck with the new docking station, and then I'll be able to like feature games that you guys are suggesting, like all these games that I've never even heard about, because the PC library is just kind of always at the back of my mind, but now it's been moved to the forefront because now it's available to me. I'm actually able to play some of these games, so I can't wait to feature them for you guys. Kevin is something neat I work. Oh, okay, cool. I was saying, are we talking about Kevin from Fortnite? I'm just kidding. I can't. Yeah, I'll check it out then for sure, man. I'll check it out while I'm waiting in line trying to pick up my kids. All right, let's see what happens. Sayori says, "I guess I'm next then." Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Haha. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How'd you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Inhuman one liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. Then next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Inhuman one. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Inhuman one lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki? It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then, that just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Oh gosh. I'm thinking Kermit, jump, Kermit. Oh gosh. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about with the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Geez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we're finished planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. Can't wait. I can do this. Alright. I stand up, There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Inhuman One. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. Awkward. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You kind of put me on the spot here. Well... Yikes! I mean, you know what? Choices. If Yuri asked me to walk home with her, I would certainly walk home with her. But that means at the cost of making Sayori walk home alone, which she has done anyways for a long time. Remember, we weren't able to walk together because she has clubs. Ah, man. I'm gonna have to be honest. Walking home with Yuri, huh? I mean, why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awkward. I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. Yeah, you admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone's different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. Oh, poor thing. But you're super selfless and you've been walking home for freaking ever anyways. Now you're all mad. I know she feels bad. That hurt her. I know. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time. Awkward. Make your choice wisely. Choices are final. Okay, help me. I want to please Yuri. I want Yuri to be the one. See, none of these feel like Yuri. Nightgown, cage. I mean, what? Knife. Is there a knife anywhere? Nightgown? I mean, that doesn't even make sense. Cage. Unrequited. Unrequited. Damn it. That's Sayori. Jump, heart, dazzle, poof, clouds, frightening, lost, hair, flower. What was clouds? Clouds? The clouds probably isn't even her. Frightening. Please, please be Yuri. Yes. Okay, cheeks, meager, desire, bed, after image. After image is literally something that Yuri said. After image of the crimson something. Analysis would also be her. Yes. Sunset, tears, uncanny. Heartbeat, man. Fantasy, bunny, fantasy. Alone. Damn it! Okay, so that's why Sayori is so sad because she's alone. Okay. Damn it, I should have gone with my first mind. Time, treasure, romance, breathe, party, chocolate. Chocolate? I think you're right about after image. That should have been it. This one's tough. I need help on this one. Is this chocolate? I would say chocolate. Or maybe breath. Let's go chocolate. Damn it. Okay, that's okay though. I don't mind if it's her because I'm definitely going to pick her. It's going to end up not picking her. Shame, music, whistle. I don't know which one would best fit. Oh, lovely. See, this is where it gets kind of hard. It's like they're limiting the options. Yeah, I thought chocolate too. Inferno? Oh, that would have been better. What about this one, guys? I think, if anything, I don't know if it's Shame, because she is always... But Shame would probably be one of the other girls. She's not loud. I'm thinking Music or Fickle. Dante's Inferno. Damn it. Melancholy. No, come on. Dark. I can't believe how often I keep picking her. Hopeless? Oh. It's not looking good. Shame or Fickle? My bad. I guess there's a delay in chat because I pick it and then Dark. No, okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm waiting. This one is weird. I don't know because I feel like that would be like the crazy girl. No. What do we do? Hopeless? Damn it. Entropy. There is a delay. Okay, I was wondering. Entropy doesn't seem right, but okay. Entropy worked. Yay, Entropy and Vertigo. Agonizing, Adventure. This is the one I missed. I messed up too. Grief. Agonizing, I think I picked and it ended up being somebody else. And I was like, what? Yuri likes horror. Yeah, I agree. But I'm like somehow missing the what? Oh, it is her. Okay. Oh, Agonizing was correct. Awesome Dance. Crimson. Crimson has to be Yuri. Horror. I like Secretive, but I don't know if that would be her. It is. Secretive is her. Oh, we're killing it now. Yuri, you are mine. Imagination's good. What is effulgent? Like, what is this? What does this mean? Rain, Cloud, Anime, Portrait, Wrath, Insight. Insight's deep. Uncontrol, Prayer, Sparkle, Whirlwind, Hurt. Ew. Ooh, Death is Sayori. How dark. Disarray honestly seems like Sayori, if I'm being honest. Incapable seems like Yuri. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'll say Incapable would be much more what you... Oh, I'm not able to do this. Disarray, I mean, you're like you're in disarray. That's Sayori. Yes. Yes. Yuri! 2 out of 3. I was thinking Vivid. Oh, man. I'm the last one here again. Let's see, what time is it? It's almost 2. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you are willing to help for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Huh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Oh, that's funny because they're like, all you American people, all you English-speaking people. I bet there's probably like, it's Monica. So instead of like Monica, it's Monica. and it probably means something. So they're saying it's like squid. That's cool. But then she's like broke the fourth wall again. That's the second fourth wall break. That's pretty neat. Blah, blah. Thank you guys so much for the suggestions, and we were able to together collectively make a poem that kind of fit Yuri's style, which I think is perfect. We got Yuri. I've tried squid. Squid's delicious, actually. Squid is very good. I like spicy squid. That's the way I like to eat it, actually. You should try it. It's tasty. I had it prepared in a Korean dish, and it was fantastic. It was a spicy squid dish, and it was amazing. It was very good. I highly recommend that. I forgot. It was just spicy squid. I mean, that's just what the dish was called too. So I'm sure if you go to any place like that, you could probably have some, and it'd be pretty tasty if you enjoy spicy food. Spice to me adds so much flavor. Without it, I always feel like it's kind of bland. I'm just accustomed to eating foods with a little bit of heat. Monica says, never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me, where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of her room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. You're spacing out again. Oh. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Oh no, she's already hurt. Huh. Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Geez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Oh no. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. I'm so glad that our character's not a dummy. Like, a lot of these interactions are kind of like, you say one thing, but you're thinking something else. That's very much like what I do. Like, I'm like, yeah, and then I'm like, ooh, that's crazy. So, I'd definitely be keeping an eye on her as well. That's unfortunate. Try squid soup. That stuff's good. Ad. Another ad. I'm back. Lost in thought. Despite coming from America's boot, it's only in the last few years that I started to eat seafood. That wasn't just tuna fish sandwiches. Doubt. I don't really eat it much anymore, but when I do eat seafood, I consider like fish, like, I guess it's technically seafood, but when I think of seafood in my head, I'm thinking like things like shrimp, crab, lobster, stuff like that. I'm not thinking like fish for whatever reason. But I guess it's all in that same genre of food or whatever you will. But I do like seafood quite a bit. I like fish and salmon in particular quite a bit, and we used to eat it pretty often. But now with everything being so expensive these days, it's like, yeah, right. Like, it's so much just for just any kind of piece of salmon. The groceries and foods are so expensive these days, especially lately. So it's like, yeah, not any salmon anymore. Not for a while anyways. But yeah, I do like seafood. Crab in particular, like crab legs. But I haven't had that in a long time either. But there's some pretty good dishes out there like that. A nice fish soup, like that's got like different seafood type stuff in it is really tasty as well. Maine lobster is the best stuff. Lobster is pretty good, but man, it can be cooked so poorly that it ruins it. Like, you have to cook lobster, like, you can't overcook it, and it's so easy to do, especially if you go to like some random place. Like, you have to have it prepared properly with lots of butter. But crab, you can kind of go, you shouldn't, but you can overcook it, and it doesn't ruin it like it does lobster. Lobster it gets real tough and chewy and real bad real quick. But crab, yeah, you can live with it being a little overcooked. It's so easy to make crab though. It only takes a few minutes if you like boiling the crab legs. Alright, let's see if we can get through this real quick. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else, but the conversation has already dispersed with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who was shuffling through some papers at her desk. Inhuman one, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a little downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind, but I'm surprised I'm not the only one asking you, Inhuman. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bother her, but this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her, and I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with a person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing in her mind is you, Inhuman One. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? Eh? She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori's always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it has always been. You're so funny, Inhuman One. Have you thought that maybe you always seen her so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll just try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the only one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Yuri's gonna be watching me. Oh my gosh, I guarantee it. Salmon. Oh, hold on, we got some good stuff. Fried shrimp, crawfish, fried bass, fried catfish, shrimp gumbo, shrimp soup, shrimp. Just kidding. Whoopie pies. Salmon started eating sushi. Sushi's delicious. Crab rolls. That's it. California rolls and crab rolls are definitely a way to get introduction into sushi before you start getting to the other stuff. Butter. Yum, yum. Just marinate in that butter. And the flavor enhancer. See, the flavor enhancer to me, I would imagine, is like a little bit of turmeric and then a lot of Old Bay. A bunch of Old Bay seasoning. The shrimp po' boys. War casket. Okay. I know that Yuri's going to be watching me. It's freaky. Yep. Suddenly, I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book, but she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord, so I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in one next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't need to do anything. But I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How are you even able to tell what I was thinking about that? Well, it's something that I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you're right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who willingly share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's not really that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little bit off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic. Huh? Sorry. I didn't mean to say something so stupid. That's not that, I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all. Oh, I see. Then perhaps it's unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Inhuman One, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. Ah, so you think that there might be something behind it after all? I think that Soda is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head, and she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too, and I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves, and you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that. She would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. Ah, that's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it, yeah. I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyways. Uh-oh, reading session. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Who should I show my poem to first? We're going to save. I'm trying to think. Oh, you know what? I didn't actually mean to override that. I was trying to press no, but the light grayed out one is the choice. That's fine. I was trying to make it to where I have the ability to maybe then still go straight Sayori the rest of the way, or straight Natsuki the rest of the way, or whatever, and see what happens. I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here, though, because it's 2:15. I have like 7 minutes before I have to go drive and do my rounds. But anyways, you guys are awesome. I want to say thank you so much for introducing me to this, or supporting me through this game as we're getting introduced to this brand new game. You guys are awesome, and you always kind of give me great ideas and inspiration to explore these different games, because there's games that I simply just don't know about because I'm focused on so hard and so much on making videos that it's hard for me to sometimes break away from that and just be like, let me just look at things that I might be interested in. A lot of times they're just thrown into my lap, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I should do something on this. But being able to explore games on my own and find if they're good fits for the channel is such a great way, and a synergy. It really creates like synergy between my channels, and it allows me to really enjoy what I'm doing. So I want to say thank you all so much for being able to support me on this. The live stream is going to continue. I'll just go ahead and say that I will not stream until Wednesday. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because tomorrow I do have a Blasphemous video that I need to get out. Not a Blasphemous video, but a video about Blasphemous that I need to get out. So I do want to focus on that, because if I miss anything this week, I'm going to be really behind because of the move. So I want to say thank you all so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, guys. And we will pick up this Doki Doki Part 2 on Wednesday. Hopefully we can get through it on Wednesday. We might do a longer stream so that I can prepare for revisiting the Mandela Catalog Act 2 and Happy Meat Farms as well. Also, I'm going to plan something very special for the birthday stream. Maybe just a few games that I really enjoy. Some of my top 5 or top 10 favorite games of all time, considering I can play them on the consoles that I have available. Some are very retro that I just don't have set up, but some are available to play. So maybe I just do like a top 10 favorite games and just go through those and talk about them and play them. I'm not really sure, but I'll figure that out. But anyways, let me see what the comments are. Yuri and I, it's like peanut butter and jelly. I'll see you Wednesday. And don't forget to check, yes, I will check out Kevin on the Discord. And have a good day. Have a nice day, mate. See you Wednesday. Hey, y'all take care. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I will check out Kevin, and I'm going to look into, what is it called? Corpse Party or human cooking? Cooking Companions. I'll look at that as well. Anyways,